This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join us for hours. I know when you were born, but it's not appropriate for me to ask. So I'll just tell you, I'm not a baby boomer, but I'm really close.
You're getting there. And we think about our baby boomers and their physical health. So often people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s think they might just be too far gone to have that really great body that you had.
I have that thought about every day.
Right? In your 20s, 30s, 40s. Well, our expert guest today is Jaime Brenkus, a nationally recognized fitness expert and fitness coach for Evergreen Wellness. You can find them online at MyEGW for Evergreen Wellness, myegw.com. They provide videos and articles for older adults looking to enjoy healthier lives, even if you don't want to work at it. Jaime Brenkus, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Guys, it's a great year. Angel and Eric, I got to tell you, I was listening to the show and you were talking about entrepreneurs and I'm an entrepreneur myself, and they have to be healthy too. And you have to have tons of energy, for your own business. And so that's kind of what we're talking about. And you definitely want to put the boom back to boomers, but entrepreneurs, listen up, because you have to have health. And I will always tell you this: he who has no time for his health today will have no health for his time tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, that's a good quote.
Really well said. Jaime, let's start with this. You talk about putting the boom back in the boomer, and I tell you what, my six-pack boomed and turned into a keg, and that's all there was to it.
A little pony.
Get that back for you.
Yeah, I'm almost 51. Give me something I could do to start things in the right direction.
It's a great, actually, you know what? Because people, I think, especially New Year's resolutions, guys, it's easy to say, well, geez, I'm going to start, working out an hour a day, an hour here, hour there. But, I think what we have to do, and people have a lot of busy schedules now, the bottom line is this: you have to redefine what exercise is to you. If you don't have 60 minutes per session, that's okay. Do smaller increments, Eric. Seriously, that'll help. A little here, a little there. And when it comes to fitness, consistency, I will tell you, beats intensity any day of the week. Just move, people. Just move. Because believe me, if you rest, you rust.
If you rest, you rest. I love that.
But guys, I can tell you this. I'm 50. I'll be 57 in April. And I have to tell you, I've got about 12% body fat. So I've kept this up all my life. But the key to this now, as I get older, and a lot of your listeners can listen up, resistance is the key. You've got to rev up that metabolism again. More muscle equals less fat. I've got to tell you, lift weights. It doesn't have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger either, okay? Just use your own body as resistance. That's fine, okay? But you have to do something that's going to put on muscle tissue. And I live on rituals, even if you're just starting out. Eric, do some push-ups on a wall. You don't have to be horizontal, but do 20 a day. By the time the end of the month comes, you've done 600 for the month. That's great. And you think about that. Just getting up and down from a chair, okay? Like you're squatting down for ladies out there and for guys, for hips, your buns, your thighs. Guess what? If you do that 20 times, at the end of the month, of course, 600 for the month. And again, these are type of things that we can do. You don't have to bite off, this crazy amount of time. And that way it's more focused on consistency. And that's what we can do. And I've got to tell you though, Eric, believe me, we all have a six-pack underneath. How do we get rid of that layer over top? That's the question.
That is the question. And Jaime, look, let's talk man to man here. Okay. Let's turn off all the cameras and all the microphones. Jaime, I get up and down on chairs and all that every single day. I climb stairs. I work out twice a week, and I still got a gut, man.
Well, what is the mistake? Because how much does our diet play into this? And
oh my gosh!
Because I read this sign once, Jaime, and you probably wrote it. You can't work out a bad diet or something like that.
Correct. Yeah. That's physics. And I'll tell you what, your fork and spoon is your best piece of fifth equipment. Believe me, we can do plenty of damage with those weapons of mass expansion, right? But here's the thing with that. Don't go 360 degrees on us, guys. Bottom line is you have to eliminate some empty calories out there. So we talk about being clean, lean, and green. And clean meaning, the cookies, the candies, the sweets. You have to, eliminate a lot of those. Being lean protein, guys. And that, again, it's fish, it's turkey, it's lean meats, it's pork, but it has to fit in the palm of your hand. We've got portion distortion out there, right? We eat too much food. And you're right, Angel. You can't out-train a poor diet. It's high in calories. So when I tell people, get handy, okay? Handy means, look, The bottom line is the proteins that you eat, it fits in the palm of your hand, okay? 3 to 4 ounces, right? And when's the last time you guys went to a steak restaurant and they just gave you that much portions?
No, man, I get the 18-pound challenge.
Right? And so, cut it in half and take it for 2 or 3 meals. But the palm of your hand is where your proteins should be as far as serving size. For your vegetables, a handful. And really, you can eat as many vegetables as you want. It's really low calories. For starches, things like, your rices, your pastas, your potatoes, that's the size of your fist, guys. Now, I'm half Italian. I can tell you this. When's the last time you've been to an Italian restaurant, they served you just the serving size of pasta the size of your fist?
That's like the children's, like ordering off the children's menu.
Very upset. I believe I'm going to have a starvation problem, Jamie.
And I'm telling you. And by the way, the fats, are the size of your thumb. So I can tell you this, though, and as we go along, nothing tastes as good as lean feels. And so when we talked about, how do you devise something that works for people that don't have a lot of time, the bottom line is this. When you put on that lean muscle tissue, see, as we age, and believe me, we're all aging here, the bottom line is this. When you eat the same amount of calories, they don't yield the same response in your body when we were 20. And the real reason is we're losing muscle tissue. So I go back to that same thing that we talked about up front. It's muscle. You've got to put on lean muscle tissue if you want to get healthy. Right. And that's the way to start. Trust me, it'll help. And then, of course, you watch your fork and spoon and use your hand as your portion distortion guide. And that's a good basis to start. But you got to really attack it from the mindset, too.
This is good stuff, Jamie. We're talking with Jaime Brenkus, our fitness guru expert. I just saw a picture of you, followed you on Twitter. You can find him at myevergreenwellness.com. They've got videos and articles, tons of stuff to inspire us older generation to enjoy happier, healthier lives. You also actually have an 8-minute abs video series, or you did an 8-minute ab video series in the 90s. But I saw now you only do 4-minute abs.
Well, we cut it in half now, right? Because you know why? It's not really about the exercise. It's about the nutrition, 80-20. And that's as crazy as that sounds. You follow the 80-20 rule with everything you eat. You say to yourself, is this going to get me closer to my goal or further away? And if you could say 8 out of 10 times that you can get closer to your goal, you're going to become lean. And that's how lean people stay lean, guys. There's an old saying that I have with my clients. Lean people lead lean lives. It's their habits which make them lean. We're talking about cooking and eating and shopping and fitness, but even more important, thinking habits. You want to start thinking as a lean person, and that means you don't diet, okay? You go on a lifestyle, you don't go on a diet. And that's what I can tell you, especially for New Year's resolution types out there. And it's not about the scale. That's just a number. It's about the size. And I'll tell you, your clothes are going to be your best indicator. Throw away that scale, and you're going to do great.
I love it. Jaime Brenkus, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Great stuff there.
Absolutely.
And, he was talking about, you got to, don't go all 360. My belt's been saying the same thing for a long time. Don't go all 360 on me.
Well, Eric, he's helped millions. And I think go to myevergreenwellness.com. And I just love his attitude and his perspective. I think we can do this.
All right. Folks, don't go anywhere when we come back. Gary Barnes is in the house. That's right. We're going to talk to him right after these messages. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience